The javelin flier. Up-and-coming driver Don Cullen had been left some money by his father and bought a racing car. With his mechanic pal Rick Stone, he traveled the continent, living on prize money from the races he entered. Early August found them at the Nurburgring circuit, taking time off to watch the German Grand Prix. One day, during the practice laps.
Here comes Bill Langley the champion Rick, and it's Al Ketch in the KJK.
Phew, that javelin that the champ's driving is a beauty.
But right in front of them, the KJK cut in viciously on the javelin. The javelin spun wildly, and smashed into the trees.
Quick pal, we've got to get Bill Langley out. The car's on fire. Steady Rick.
Before the fire could get a hold, strong arms heaved the injured champion to safety. Pete Hurst, owner of the Javelin Company, arrived to find his driver out of action, but in no danger.
Bill can't remember the accident, but he wants me to thank you two for his rescue. Trouble is, I've got a spare car for Sunday's race, but now no driver.
Don's been doing well in Formula 3 this season, Mr. Hurst. Couldn't you give him a trial?
Hurst drove the two pals back to the pits to see the spare javelin.
Okay Don, I'll give you a few laps trial, and if you are good enough, I'll sign you for this race.
Wow, I don't know what to say Mr. Hurst, but I'll sure do my best.
Don took to the Formula 1 javelin instantly, his times astonishing the owner, and the spying opposition, Dirk Schmitz, a KJK mechanic, was watching.
Well done, Don. Your last lap was only half a second slower than Bill's.
This kid is too quick. It better tell Al.
Ketch, the KJK driver, intercepted Don in the paddock.
The Hurst's new boy will just keep out of my way. I don't want anyone asking as you slowing me down.
Don't worry Ketch, I saw what happened to Langley. I'll make sure the javelin's so far ahead you won't get a chance to edge me off the track.
Be smart Sonny. Mr. Ketch is warning you.
That evening, Don and Rick were driving back to break camp, when suddenly, a giant bulldozer rolled right across the road in front of them.
Look out Don.
Good grief.
With lightning reflexes, Don avoided the death trap.
That bulldozer didn't shift on its own. Someone must have let the brake off when they saw us coming.
Yes, and I can guess who it is.
And there he is. That slimy snake Dirk Schmitz. We'd better get back to camp quick.
But when they arrived back at their campsite...
Good grief, those rats must have set fire to our car.
Herr Cullen, we see the smoke and come running, but it is too late. Already, your car, she is a cinder.
Don found a note pinned to the tent flap.
It says, if you want to grow much older, don't race the javelin.
It's obvious Ketch and Schmitz are behind all this Don. Why don't we call the police?
No, I'm going to pay those crooks in my own way, by winning this race.
Next day, Don prepared for the final practice session.
Don, for Pete's sake, watch out for Ketch. After what happened yesterday he may try to pull some dirty trick out there, and on a long circuit like this, there may be no witnesses about.
Don't worry chum, I can look after myself.
On the track, Ketch made his move, at 170 miles per hour, only to be eluded by the fast javelin and its young driver.
Ketch didn't think the javelin could accelerate clear at this speed. She's going well.
Darn it, that young cup's clear, and I've only just managed to straighten out myself.
Back at the pits, Don heard great news.
Magnificent effort Don, your lap times were faster than anybody else's. You're on pole position at the start tomorrow.
Cullen has broken all circuit records in the Hurst javelin. Beside him on the grid will be Ketch and the KJK.
That night, as Don slept in the sport hotel, Rick mounted guard on the car. Sunday, race day dawned, with yet another threat.
Hey Greenhorn, you still reckon you're gonna be in front of me today? You'd better pull your face mask tight, or you'll be choking on my dust.
Laugh now Ketch, but I'll wipe the grin off your ugly mug later.
The cars lined up on the grid. Engines revved. The German flag fell, and the race was on.
And they're away. A great start, with Cullen's javelin just ahead of Ketch, Johnson, Coruña.
The leaders flashed past the pits to finish the opening lap.
Rick, your pal's incredible. That first lap breaks the old record.
Don's good Mr. Hurst, but it's Ketch I'm worried about. He's still hanging on Don's tail.
but the javelin's lead slowly lengthened.
Ketch is all over the road trying to keep up. It's slowing him down driving like that, and I'm getting away.
Lap after lap, the high-powered cars swept round the winding mountain circuit, and, at last, as the race neared its end.
This is an historic drive by the young Englander. He is led from the start, pulling away from Ketch's KJK. With 2 laps to go, he leads by 15 seconds.
Ketch made a sign to Schmitz. What are those crooks up to?
Schmitz raced away from the pits. Rick followed him.
What's he got in that bag? I'm going to break his neck if he tries anything now.
The KJK man found a quiet corner, away from the crowds.
There goes Don Cullen in front of us now to start his last lap. Ketch is just inside hand.
That bag's full of nails. He's aiming to blow out one of Don's tires.
As Don's car raced over the crest, Rick sprang.
No you don't, you rat.
Don flashed past safely, as Rick and the villainous Schmitz grappled. The 5-pointed nails spilt onto the track, right in front of Ketch's KJK.
No 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 no.
2 tires blew, and the KJK careered off the track.
Good grief, Ketch was caught out by his own crookery.
Back at the grandstands, the javelin flashed over the line, to Don Cullen's first World Championship race win. So Don Cullen was signed up to drive javelins for the rest of the season.
Bill Langley watched the race on TV from his hospital bed, said he'd like you and his team, Don, 'cause he's darn sure you'd be too difficult to beat in anyone else's.
The end. This has been a GDB production.